going on, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. It's your girl, Shelly Nicole, with the Remedy Podcast. Good morning. Yes, I sound a little raspy, although I brushed my teeth and I had some tea. I don't know. Maybe it's my allergies. I feel like it's my allergies. But yes, I'm recording this early in the morning, and it's also Friday, the 13th, because this weekend is a holiday weekend. It's also a Valentine's Day weekend. It's also All-Star weekend. It's a lot going on this weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. The kids are out of school. So it's just like a lot of things happening. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me get it out the way. Let me make sure that I record this. When I woke up, I was like, okay, say your prayers, talk to God, do your Duolingo. Because baby, I'm crushing it on Duolingo right now. Do your Duolingo and then do your podcast before you go about your weekend. So we are here today to talk about, is it practice or preparation being a girlfriend / boyfriend before being a husband or a wife? Should you do it? Should you? We're talking about this idea of being a girlfriend or boyfriend before becoming a husband or wife. But again, is it preparation or is it just practice for someone else? Are we building with intention or are we just passing time? Are we learning each other or losing ourselves? And at what point do dating roles turn into destiny or distraction? So, I mean, we're going to be real, as we always are. So many of us are giving wife benefits on girlfriend status and husband energy without husband commitment. Yeah, I said it, and I know that might have ruffled some of your feathers, but if it did, then that means I'm talking about you. So today, we're asking, is dating a stepping stone or a stumble block? Let's get into it. Now, before we get into that, I also want you guys to remember that the episodes are not going to be coming every week starting next month. So I was kind of getting you guys into that. I didn't make one last week, but I was posting on my Instagram and also posted on my TikTok. But I just want to remind you guys that, you know, when you're looking for a new episode, like, what the girl ain't dropped nothing. What happened? Nothing happened. I'm just focused on other things right now. So that podcast will still be the podcast. I'm still going to be dropping episodes. It's just not going to be as frequent. So when I drop one, you'll see it. I'm going to advertise it, and then make sure you guys like, share, and comment. Also, make sure that you guys sign up for the Sexy Woman Read too. Ladies, come on. Let's get our brains working. Let's get into this fantasy world. We are bringing out the book club in the spring. So I'm waiting for a few more people to sign up. You do got a good amount of people. I ain't gonna hold you, but more people to sign up, more people to want to experience a sisterhood. It's not just a book club. It is finding friendships. It's finding girls with purpose. It's finding women with purpose. It's finding women who are interested in the same things as you, not just reading, but also traveling. Because we're taking this on the street, guys. We're taking this on the road. We're taking this on the plane. And we're going to be doing so much more things, not just traveling, but just like brunch and little get-togethers and things. It's going to be more. It's going to be like a sisterhood thing. So make sure you guys sign up for that. The link is in the bio for you guys to sign up. And if you are, you know, men, if you're listening to this, tell your girlfriend to sign up, tell your sister, your mom, whoever you want to tell, just tell them to sign up, okay? Let them be a part of it too. Gang, gang. Okay, so let's now get into the episode, right? So let's ask this question. What is dating really for? Because a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, I mean mostly my mom's generation. I think my mom is the boomer generation. I don't know. No, I don't think she's a boomer generation. Isn't boomer generation like the 50s? Like if they're like 50 in their 50s now? I don't know. But my mom had asked that question. And she was like, well, what is this whole thing? This is a while back, but she was like, what is this whole thing about dating? Like, why? What is this dating thing? And I said, well, it's kind of the same thing that you and dad did, because they dated for some time before they got married. But it seems like now people aren't really being honest with where they want to be at when it comes to dating. It seems like people are just courting, or not even courting. I can't even say that because people, child, they don't even do that. It seems like now it comes more from a status of people dating because they don't want to feel lonely. And it's not to say that it's just a man, it's not just men, it's not just women. I'm not, this episode isn't about that. It's not calling that out because, like I said, it's about women and men doing both. Doing too much as a girlfriend, doing too much as a boyfriend. Or is that even a thing of doing too much? But are you also just entertaining somebody just simply because you don't want to be by yourself? And if you don't want to be by yourself and you're just doing that for that sole reason, that's scary. And if you are that person who I'm talking to, then I'm talking to you, because you cannot just be dating just to date and then not have the real intention with this person, that you're just here letting time pass and wasting his or her time and wasting your time. Be by yourself. And if you can't learn to be by yourself, then that's very dangerous. You have to be willing to accept where you are in life, and if being in life right now is to solely just be by yourself, learn who you are, find out your next favorite thing, find out what you like to do, work on your career, maybe change your career, maybe read some more, maybe exercise, maybe change your habits of eating. If that's where you're called to be right now, then that's where you need to be. Stop being with someone just off the simple fact that, oh, well, I don't want to live at my mom's house no more. I want to just, live with him or her. I don't want to be by myself on the holidays. I don't want to be by myself on my birthday. You should have friends for that. Your friends should be able to comfort you in those times where you want to have people around you. And that's to say that they even have the time, because again, if you're the only single friend in the group, they are with their boyfriend, girlfriends, getting their lives together, trying to filter, what they need to do for themselves. But I recommend, if that is who you are, where you're just dating someone just to date them and you have no purpose for them, I need you to move to the side. I need you to let that go and stop doing that, especially if you have no intention of marrying them or seeing this further. The other thing is, when did the talking stage, right, replace intentional courtship? And I feel like in this generation as well, we tend to forget that you have to date the person, and I made a video about this, you have to date the person who you're interested in continuously. It's not just because, okay, you got her, boom, you're done. You got him, boom, you're done. You don't have to do nothing else. I don't know where y'all found that shit out, but that's not, no, absolutely not. During the talking stage, honestly, I feel like you should be getting to know who this person is. And the talking stage, all right, let me break this down. This is just how I see it. The talking stage, and also this is just from trial and error, and I'd say everything from trial and error. I don't ever speak on something that I've never done. I may give advice from what I've seen, but majority of the time I speak on what it is that I have done myself, or I have witnessed, or I've been through. The talking stage should only run for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Because this is just you. Because if we're talking stages and shit, that should just run 2 to 3 weeks. That is just you texting them, calling them, getting to know them, what's going on. Okay, cool. You're feeling them, no problem. And during that talking stage, you more than likely have gone on maybe 2-3 dates. Because I don't want there to be a misconception, gentlemen, that you should not be taking them out on a date. Now, does it have to be the most grand date? I understand why men say they don't want to do that anymore. And ladies, I think we also have to pull back a little bit when it comes to something so grand the first time, because how does he know that he even wants you? You would be tight, right? Let's put this in a woman's perspective. Come on, calm down, because I know y'all on the other side ruffling your feathers. Calm down. And again, this is me just thinking about this now that I've gotten older, because I was one to say, yes, date, if you're going to take me on the first date, it better be something blah, 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 right? Put out all the stops. But let's just think about this for a second. If you were to go to a new hairstylist, right? You heard all the reviews. You said the reviews were great, X, Y, and Z, whatever. You get there, and it doesn't, the stylist doesn't live up to your expectations. She doesn't lay your hair right. She doesn't braid it correctly. She don't use this. She don't use that. You're going to be upset that you spent all this money and the girl didn't lay your hair right. Just like if you go to a nail tech, you go get your eyebrows done. You get your lashes done. You get your lashes done. You wake up, you can't even, because more than likely you fell asleep. You can't even open up your eye. You get mad. We get mad. Let's be honest, ladies. We get mad when, a lot of these new stylists have all these rules. We get mad when they're 20 minutes late, 30 minutes behind, and we don't get to charge them for being late, but they get ready to charge us when we're late. You see, and I'm saying, and I'm using that reference because we spend our own money to do these things, to get our hair, our nails, makeup. We do all this stuff to get ourselves done. And when we don't have a service done correctly, I know for me, I ain't never coming back, but I'm also getting upset and I'm writing a bad review. I don't care. But if a man does the same thing where he takes you on this grand date, whatever grand restaurant, whatever expensive restaurant you could think of, I'll use Beef Bar. My boyfriend took me to Beef Bar to ask me to be his girlfriend. But this was after we went on, I think, 5 or 6 different dates. And these dates were different. The first big grand date wasn't something extremely expensive, because you don't know he don't even know if he like you. He don't even know if you can hold a conversation. He don't even know if you can speak about something other than celebrities or gossip or the Real Housewives or this. He don't know what your intellectual mindset is. So why is he going to spend $500 to $800 on a fucking check? Okay, maybe that's a little too high. $300 to $400 on a check on the first date, and he don't even know you. And I'm not just saying this from my boyfriend. I'm saying this from, sorry, babe, try not to listen to this part. I'm saying from other men who I've dated prior to him. And I'm talking about men who had bank. We ain't go to the most expensive ass restaurant. They did the same thing. And at first, again, this is the young me, early 20s me saying, why are you not going to take me to this and that? That's me saying that. This is now me saying this at 34. No, it shouldn't be the most expensive date. It could be a nice restaurant. It could be something cute if you want to go eat, or if he has the idea of eating. But for you to think it's going to be on the caliber of a Nobu, and he don't even know you, bars, why would he do that? That's wasting his money. And then I know people are some females are gonna hit the line of, well, this is why I gotta date a man with money, because yes, we should date someone who can financially provide. Absolutely. But again, at what point, now let's ask that question. Are you just dating for financial security, or are you dating because you really want to get to know this person? The talking stage, again, like I said, so to revert back to everything I just said, the talking stage should last 2 to 3 weeks. For them to really see, for you to even really see, not just them, but for you to really see if, okay, do I like this girl? Do I like this guy? What's going on? Is the chemistry there or not? And then the dating stage. The dating stage shouldn't last but for a month or 2. To the max. It should not last more than 2 months at all. You should be able to ask that girl to be your girlfriend, gentlemen, before month 3. Because honestly, no, I won't say that. I would say 1 to 2 months to ask her to be your girlfriend. But I will also say that after month 3, you are going to start to see other sides of them. So maybe not 3 months. I might take that back. Okay, after 3 months. Ladies, sorry. It has to be after 3 months because we all end up changing after 3 months. You start to see the real side of people after 3 months. And if it's not that big of a deal, then you stay. If it bothers you, then you're going to leave. But nonetheless, it should not take no longer than 3 months. I'll say 3 months is the max because let's be for real here. People be dragging it, and men be dragging it. Y'all heard my stories. I dragging it. So let's also ask this question: is dating for fun, discovery, or destiny? I think that dating is for. It depends. I'll say it depends. It depends on the stage in life that you're at. If you're in your early 20s, more than likely you're just dating for fun. You're not really that serious. You just want to date around to see what you like. You want to see multiple men, multiple women. And just because you're seeing multiple men and multiple women does not mean you're fucking multiple men and multiple women. But if you are, please be safe. But I feel like in your early 20s, even your late teenage years, you're just dating for fun. Unless you're like me, I always took everything so serious. Like if we were dating, I just took it serious. If we were together, I took it serious. When I was single, then I was single. Like I didn't take anything as far as the dating side. I didn't take any of that serious. Like, okay, well, I'm talking to you and I'm talking to him. May the best man win. Type shit, you know what I mean? But I think that also can play into the discovery part too. Because I think after you've done a lot of dating in your early 20s, in your mid 20s or so, you're discovering yourself more. You're discovering what you don't like and what you do like. And you have a little bit more intention of like, okay, this is what I'm looking for and this is what I don't want. And again, I'm just using the ages, like, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. I'm just using that as an example because it honestly can be at any point in your life. I know people who have never been on dates and they were just so career focused, which is great. But now they feel like they're suffering when it comes to the dating side because they don't know what they like and they don't want to just fall for the first thing coming towards them. So should there be a balance? Yes. But at what point can you really do the balance depending on your career, right? Or depending on what you're looking for. The destiny part is, I think a lot of the destiny part comes in the early 30s, before 35, or just in your 30s period, I would say. Because you do have women and men who are in their late 30s who are still trying to find their forever or hoping that their forever comes out the ceiling, out the clouds. Because they don't want to go outside. I mean, let's just be honest. You don't want to go outside. So there's that. But that's another day, another topic. Either way, I feel like the older you get, the more you're looking for the real intention of what are you trying to do. And gentlemen, I'm just going to say this. Y'all are dropping the ball. Y'all are dropping the ball. And again, I'm not saying this to be biased. I'm not saying this to just say, okay, it's just women, it's just men. I'm saying this from a visual perspective and because I notice everything. I see a lot of shit. I don't talk about a lot of shit, but I just see a lot of shit. I notice a lot of things. The more women that I have come in contact with, that I have encountered, that I have like literally had conversations with, this is what I'm saying, is that a lot of them are doing the work to change and to figure out who they are and what they want. And you have a lot of men who are very hesitant to just do anything, to even return a phone call, to return a text message. And I know it's not every man. I know it's not every female. I say that all the time. If it's not you, then it doesn't apply to you. But if it is you, you're going to feel a way when I say that, or you're going to feel you felt a way whenever I said that. If you cannot just do the simplest things when it comes to just getting to know someone, Why do you think she or he is going to continue to want to speak to you if you can't just do the minimal thing of calling someone back or texting somebody back? Make it make sense. So I also want you guys to remember this, right? Dating can be research, not just romance. Okay, so on this part is the benefits of being a girlfriend or boyfriend first. And again, it depends on who you are, depending on how you feel about this actual segment. Being a girlfriend or being a boyfriend, there's a lot of things that you can learn, right? You can learn how to communicate. You can learn the communication styles first. How does my girlfriend like to communicate versus how I like to communicate? How does my man like to deal with his emotions rather than how I like to deal with my emotions? This is the learning portion of the courtship that's going on here, right? The learning portion of the relationship that you both have to see if this is something that suits you or is this something that you just really, I'm not for it. Like, perfect example for me. I am not for someone who sits here and ghosts me. I'm not. I'm also not with none of this. Sorry, I'm not for none of this hanging up the phone on me in the middle of an argument or not just the middle of an argument, but also like if we're just having a conversation, if we're just discussing something and you get so hot, we don't even have to be arguing, but you just automatically want to hang up the phone. Don't hang up the phone on me either, because I'm gonna block your ass and now you're not gonna be able to call me back. Okay, if we get into an argument, if we get into a debate, it doesn't even have to be an argument, but just a debate, right? And you don't agree necessarily with the same things that I agree with, but you get a little aggravated and a little hot, right? You may need a few minutes to yourself. I need just a few minutes to myself, especially if we get into an argument. I need a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me relax. And then I'm right back. I'm not going to storm out the house. I'm not going to, block your phone number. I'm not going to do none of that if we get into a heated argument. That I'm not going to do. I just need a few minutes. The whole going a day, 2 days without wanting to talk to me, without wanting to be around me, no, that's manipulation. You have a problem. You know what you're doing. Oh, I'm going to make her beg to want to speak to me. I want to make her come next to me and I'm going to reject her because I feel dominant in this situation. No, that's weirdo ass behavior. My ex used to do that shit. And I used to after a while, when I was ready to get the fuck up out of there, I was like, yo, okay. And we would literally go a whole week without speaking to each other. Unless it was something like, do you need this? Do you need that? Okay, cool. Bye. See you later. Because I wasn't doing it no more. And he noticed that I wasn't doing it. He saw oh, she's not asking what's wrong? Why are we not talking? What's going on? Yeah, because what the fuck? I'm not going to sit here and keep trying to baby you. Damn it. You should be able to have an argument or have a discussion or a disagreement, right? And not have it drag on for 24 hours. Come on, let's be for real. It's not that serious. You reconvene after a few hours and you speak about it. You talk your piece calmly. And you squash it. You let it go. Why are we still holding on to it? Why? The other part that we could do is seeing how they handle stress, how they handle money, how they handle family, and how they handle faith. Now, when the person is stressed out, do they just break down? Do they shut down? Do they become aggravated? Do they become agitated? What do they do? Do they take it out on you? Do they hit the wall? You know what I mean? How they handle their money. Are they constantly just wasting it on bullshit? Or are they being more intentional with what they have to pay? They have to pay this bill, they have to pay that bill, they have to pay that bill. Okay, I'll put some of this away in the savings, some of this goes into the investment, some of this goes here. I can get this done, I can get that done. Boom, okay, we're good. I know how to handle my money. That's also very big because you do have a lot of relationships that end because of money situations. My One of my friends, she had said to me that, she left a man. We was making a lot of money. Like, I'm talking about money, buku money. But she had to leave him because it was him using the money and doing dumb shit. Like, he would literally just go and spend and splurge on nonsense. And she's like, what are you doing right now? Like, I don't need all of this. You don't need all of this. Something of like a hoarder mentality, if you will. Family. How do they handle family? Do they not speak to their family? Do they talk to their family? Do they isolate you from your family? What is it? How do they handle not just their family, but your family? Are they rude to your side of the family and they're all cheery, nice, and happy go lucky when they're around theirs? Do they never want you to be around your family? They always want you to be around them. And faith. What is their faith like? What do they talk to God? Do they even open the Bible? Do they just attend church, whether that's going to a church or watching it on YouTube or at the church website? Do they have a Bible? Do they pray before they even eat their dinner? What is their faith like? All of that is something that you notice and that you see throughout the dating portion, right? Throughout the boyfriend and girlfriend portion, I should say. Conflict resolutions before commitment, and also testing the compatibility. You have to see if you guys have anything in common. Like, I don't. Again, this goes back to what I said. Don't date just to date. If you have something in common, obviously there has to be something that you both like to do. You both like to read. You both like motorcycles. You both like to paint. You both like to go to the gym. You both like to cooking classes, right? You both like to do something that is compatible to each other. I'm not saying every single thing has to be compatible. No. You have to be your unique self, and so should your partner. They should both be unique in you both should be unique in your own ways. But there should be something that you both like to do, or you both like to go to or see. You both like to travel. You both like what is it called? Anime. You both like going on hikes. You both like to try new restaurants. And not just one thing. It should be more than one thing that you guys like in common. But again, also having your own different things. Like I said, if you like to read more than he does, okay, fine, that's cool. That's a you thing. But something that you both like to do together. So again, is dating for research or is it just for romance? I know I made a statement earlier, but now I'm asking the question. Is it for dating? Is dating for researching, or is it just strictly on romance? Okay, so while the dating part is always great and the girlfriend and boyfriend, you know, it's so cute, so loving, you're on cloud nine, the honeymoon phase. The third segment is the dangers of practicing a relationship. Because if we're all being honest here, all of us who have been in some committed relationships, or even now in committed relationships, we have all done these things that it's just like, ooh, and sometimes makes us feel like we're wasting our time, right? So, giving too much without commitment. I honestly had to pull back in my last relationship, and it was really an eye opener for myself because I am just that type of person. I think my love language is gift giving in every area, not just my relationships, but also in my friendships, in my family, is gift giving. And when I can, I love to give. I'm working on the quality time. I'm good for a phone call or a text message. I am, but like to just be at their house or like just be. I'm working on it. I don't know. It's a thing. Some moments I'm just like, yes, oh my god, I want all you guys around me, and the next one I'm just like, no, back up. I don't want any of y'all around me. But somebody said it's a cancer thing. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Nonetheless, giving too much without the commitment. It was as if I was cooking because we were living together, me and my ex. I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was doing all the house stuff. And this is also me working. He was very much so a traditional kind of man. Very traditional. in a sense, traditional. I want to say all together 100%. He was just a traditional guy as far as the woman does most of that. It's not to say that he didn't wash a dish at all. It's not to say that he didn't help clean at all. But majority of the time, it was me doing it. And it felt like, although we were only, I think we were like a year in or so, it still felt like it was a job after coming home from doing a job. Sorry, my allergies are kicking my butt. And that's what made me also just not want to, I guess, mentally check out of the relationship, because it's like I wasn't getting anything in return. Like I wasn't getting emotionally fulfilled, or I wasn't getting financial help. If and not to say that I needed all the money, but I wasn't getting financial help. I wasn't getting a lot of shit that I should have gotten when it came to that relationship. And you start to realize or feel like everything that you're doing is not enough, because they still wouldn't ask you to be their wife, or they wouldn't ask you to be their fiance, to ask you to the next level of being a girlfriend. And that was my intention. His intention, I don't know what the hell his intention was. Honest, and never mind. I'm not gonna air the man out. I'm just gonna say I don't know what his intention was. Okay, but if you know me and now you've heard my story, you know what happened, and you know what the hell happened. So anyway, I always felt like that was the road that we were taking. That's where we were going. But when you give too much, you start to feel, like I said, like you're not worthy of the next step. You're not worthy of being more than that. So I said, in my next relationship, I will still do and be who I am, because that's just who I am. But I'm going to be very conscious of what it is I do and how much of it that I do, until you get that ring on your finger, until you get asked that question, will you be my wife? Because for men, I know you guys don't see it that way, but it kind of feels like when you guys say, okay, well, how am I supposed to make you my wife if you're not going to do wifely things as a girlfriend? Because I've heard men say that. Well, how do you know that I want you to be my husband when you can't even do half the shit that your husband's supposed to do? And not just financially. So, because that's the first thing that everybody talks about, financially. Not just that. I think we both have to give the husband and wife role in the girlfriend and boyfriend stage slightly, just so that they can see this is what it is, and this is what it's like to take this to the next level. And it's not to say that that's all that it's going to be, because you change. Everybody changes every day. You change every year. The relationship becomes stronger or weaker. It needs work. It's getting better. Whatever the case may be, right? Emotional burnout. That's definitely what I was just also talking about. Feeling like you're doing way too much and you're not getting nowhere. Wasted years with no direction. You don't know where this is going. You have no idea. There's no signs. There's no. And gentlemen, please, I'm talking to you. Wasting a woman's time because you're unsure of what it is you want to do. I need you to come to the forefront of that relationship and honestly and ask yourself, is this something that I truly and honestly want to do for the rest of my life as far as being with this woman? The year is flying by. We're already in month 2. It feels like we just finished, or at least we should have just been finished celebrating the new year. Time is flying. We don't have time to waste. Not only time to waste, we also have a reproductive system that if we want to have children, we don't have time to waste. You get older, things become more serious. And again, this is only if you are dating a woman who wants to have children. There are women who don't. Women who want to get married. Women who want to take that next step. Women who understand what marriage is. If that is not where you are right now, because you just personally have not gotten there, it is okay. But I need y'all to back the fuck up and figure it out for yourself and be honest. Stop wasting these women's time. And ladies, you thought you were off the hook. Absolutely the fuck not. Stop wasting these men who are ready for commitment, who want to have a wife, who want to have children, who want to take the next step, who want to buy a home, who want to do all of these things that a man with a plan, a man with a direction has. And here you are still wanting to go shake your ass at the club every fucking Saturday. And here you are talking about, I don't know, like, I just need somebody to get my nails done. I don't know, I just want to get my hair done. Being a fucking dunce. I need you to move the fuck out the way. Because I know a lot of career-driven, successful, smart, beautiful, can cook their ass off women who are waiting for Mr. Man to come and find her, to see her for who she truly is, and come to the forefront and give her everything that she needs. I need y'all scallywags to move out the way. Go back to the club and hang out with the people at the club. But if you are not ready for the commitment, if you are not ready for that, stop wasting people's years. Stop wasting people's time. We ain't got time for none of that. Okay? And settling because of time invested. Let me tell y'all something. One thing's for sure. Two things are for certain. This isn't a brag. This is just me knowing exactly who I am and what I'm worth. Did I always know? I did not. I suffered with self-esteem issues when I was in my teenage years, a little bit in my early 20s. I did. But at one point, I don't know what point, but at one point I said, you know what, bro? You know who you are. You know what you can bring to the table. You know you know what God has given you, and you know what you can bless a man with. You ain't settling for no bullshit. I don't care how long. I don't care where our situation is. My last relationship was a perfect testimony, and for me to tell every single woman this. We were living together. We had shit in order and plan, the whole thing. The moment you break my trust, the moment your ass think that shit is funny, I'm heading out. The moment you disrespect me, I'm heading out. And this is not just one time. This is a reoccurring thing that you keep doing. I bring it to your attention. I'm having conversation with you. I'm talking to you. So I don't want people to think like, oh, you just gave up on the man the first time. No. I ain't do that. I give grace because I also expect grace on my end too. But if you keep stomping on my grace and you keep seeing me for Poppy Show, then I am going to head out. And yes, you will be another ex. And I don't care. Now, does this mean that you have to have more discernment and more who's who, who's what, what's going on? Absolutely. Because that's exactly what I did after that relationship. Of course, I got tons and tons of DMs and tons of people coming to me and saying, hey, I want to take you on a date. I want to do this and that. No, absolutely the fuck not. No, I'm good. Thank you. Your discernment gets stronger when you start to put your foot down. But settling in a relationship that you are not happy in is a death sentence that will never get any better. Especially if you have put in the work, especially if you have tried to have the conversation, especially if you are hoping and praying that they change their ways and they're choosing not to. Baby, get the fuck up out of there. So the question I have for this segment is, for you to answer. Am I growing here or just getting used to being here? This next segment is for my relationships that are around faith, values, and alignment. So this is more of the faith-based audience. So if it's not, not really your thing, which it should be, just continue to listen because maybe you'll learn something, right? Why values matter more than vibes. Right? Spiritual compatibility, praying versus pretending, and waiting versus rushing, and God-centered versus culture-centered relationships. And that last one is extremely big because some people are just getting into a relationship just because, again, because they just want to be in a relationship, or because the aesthetic of having a boyfriend, the aesthetic of having a girlfriend, taking the cute pictures that you see on Pinterest and on Instagram and on TikTok. Listen, I've never wanted anybody's relationship goal, ever. No celebrity, nobody that I knew, no friends, no family members, no. I wanted what God said, this is what I wanted for you. And it didn't get to that point until I would say like 29, 30, when I was 29, 30, and I was really entering more into my faith base. I'm more into my faith space now. But 29, 30 is when I really started to pay attention to God, but just really not paying attention to him at the same time, if that makes sense, right? Having a God-centered relationship is allowing God to bring you two together. This is how I see it, right? Allowing for the relationship to happen without you even looking for it. Also, praying together, speaking about God and speaking about the Bible together, speaking about how your relationship reflects the Bible as well. Culture-centered relationships, like I said, is just things for the aesthetic. It looks cute. It's everything that you see on Instagram, you want to do the same shit. Oh my God, baby, they took a picture like that. Let's take a picture like that. Oh my God, I want to do this and that. Let's do that. It's like, okay, so are you in this relationship to have your own unique relationship, or are you in this relationship just to say, hey, I want to just be in one because it's cute and I could show off to whoever it is that let me go, or I could just show off to my friends, because let's be honest, there are some people out here. There are some people. My allergies are really kicking. You hear me? Do you hear me right now? My allergies are kicking my butt. I know spring did not come this early. It can't be. Cannot be. Anyway, there are some people out here who are rubbing relationships and rubbing what they have in your face, and they're supposed to be your friend because they know you want it and you don't have it. Weird ass fucking behavior, I'm telling you. But okay, yes, that is a thing. Waiting versus the rushing. You know you're rushing when you're accepting anything. When you're accepting men or women who don't align with you. Men or women who you have nothing in common with. They look cute. They are cute. They know how to dress. They fine as hell. But okay, that's it. They don't do anything for you but for temporary satisfaction. They don't give you butterflies when you haven't, when you speak to them. They don't give you that emotional connection and emotional stability that you need. And you need that from early. And you need that consistently. That can't be something that stops. Are you waiting to see what is in store for you? A lot of the times God tells us to wait because you're not ready yet. Not just because, he's building the man for me, or he's building the woman for me. No, he's telling you that you personally are not ready for it because there's something that you have to fix. Whether that's your attitude, whether that's how you talk to people, whether that's how you handle conflict, how you handle money, how you handle stress, how you handle anything in your life that you know has to be challenged or checked. God will delay it because he's like, I'm not going to let you mess up my son or daughter, damage them, give them trauma because you don't want to be ready and because you're not ready to face your own problems, to face your own reality and what you've chosen, right? Because we all have that. You have to be able to forgive. You have to be able to let go. You have to be able to move on without there being any hate. You have to be able to just go about your day without having resentment for your ex or whatever didn't happen, or the commitment that never came from that relationship that you was with for so long, right? The waiting isn't just about them. It's also about you. And a lot of the times people don't want to check themselves. They want to check everybody else, but they don't want to check themselves and what it is they have to do and what their problems are and where they're lacking. Praying versus pretending. I don't know about you, but I'm not pretending when it comes to praying, and I'm not pretending when it comes to having a relationship with God, or I'm gonna act like I have a relationship with God just to appease somebody else. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am going to continue to have the relationships, to continue the relationships, to continue building my relationship with God in this relationship. And ultimately, that has helped him build his relationship with God. We're both on our own paths to doing it. But while he has brought me something into this relationship, I have brought him something into the relationship. And we're both taking from each other. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to sit here and pretend like we have it all together and we're holier than thou and we don't do nope. There are still some things that I am not 110% on, and there are things that he's not 110% on either. Having values matters more than having vibes, because the vibes die out, the vibes change, the vibes, they're not the same as they are 1 year that they will be in the next year. Not to say that you have to have a boring, and I feel like people think that too when you talk about, a faith-based relationship, then it must be boring and all they're doing is praying all day and all they're doing is, no. You take time out of your day to pray. You take time out of your day to read the Bible. You take time out of your day to have a conversation with God, multiple conversations. Like me, I be talking to God all the time. Like, yo, let me tell you how. But you have to have more value in your relationship than just strictly, oh, he's a vibe. Oh, she's a vibe. She mad cool. Like, she like to do this. She like to do that. Okay, well, what else does she like to do? What else? Now, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. Are you dating just for the discovery? Are you dating for fun? Or are you dating for destiny? And that's all when this, value versus vibe will play into effect. If you're dating someone with the destiny, with the intention of taking it to the next level, you need to make sure your values are aligned with each other. Because if it's not, that shit gonna crash. If you're just doing it for discovery and fun, you're gonna be basing that off of vibes. But you'll quickly see that, okay, the vibe is cool, but what else can we talk about? What else do you like to do outside of just doing all of this that I think is cool that you do? So the question is, the reflection question that I want you guys to ask yourself: does this relationship bring me closer to God or further from myself? Are we feeding each other when it comes to faith? Are we feeding each other when it comes to our value? Or are we just here just to say that we're here? And the last segment, healing, healthy dating with intention. So, making the clear expectations. Making your expectations clear all year this year, guys. I want y'all to be very clear about what it is you want to do, not just with dating, but with your life in all. Have a clear mindset, a clear path as to where you see your life going or how you want your life to go. Because, if you want to make God laugh, you're going to tell him your plans and he's going to look at you like, yeah, right? Okay. But that's not to say you lose faith on it, because it may just happen. But you have to have clear expectations of what you're looking for and what you expect your partner to bring. And if you are approached by a woman or a man who gives you everything that you are used to having, that you no longer want, you need to respectfully decline it. No, I'm good. I don't want that. No, I'm all right. Because clearly it hasn't been working. I heard somebody say one time, oh, but I'm so used to it and it just feels like home and it feels like this. Yeah, it feels like home, but that home has holes in the floor. The paint is coming off. The TV don't work. The electricity is sparking out of the damn wall. So you want to keep going back to that home? Or do you want to go to another home where everything is working? The floors you can walk on, they're nicely polished. The paint is fresh. The electricity is working. I'm confused. You keep going back to the same thing that hurt you, you're going to get hurt again. You can't keep doing that. Timeline conversations. Speak to this person if you are dating, if you're currently dating, or if you're talking to someone who you are interested in. Fellas, have that conversation with them. Ask them, so what's your timeline? Especially if you're dating someone who has everything but a family and a marriage and kids and the whole white picket fence. What is their timeline? What do they want out of that timeline? How do they see it going? You yourself, what is your timeline? In the next 2 years, what do you want? Let's not even think 5. In the next 2 years, where do you want your life to go? How do you want your life to go? Boundaries. I've said this 1,000,001 times. You need to have your boundaries. Your boundaries is what's going to save you. Your boundaries is what's going to keep you from getting hurt. I'm telling you, I'm not telling y'all nothing that I have not done myself. I done said that 1,000,001 times. You have to have boundaries in order to make sure that you are not being played with, and keep those boundaries. Emotional accountability. Having a partner who is emotionally intelligent is top tier over financial intelligence, in my personal opinion. I've said this to you guys, I have dated men with money. I have dated men with status. I have. The emotional intelligence is at a -25. The emotional accountability is at a -25. And if you say some dumb shit, well, I'd rather be crying in a Bentley than crying in a Honda, you're dumb. Respectfully. Because that is not how you should want to live your life. Crying and upset and stressed out, but you're living you have a nice car. No, absolutely not. I remember when that whole saying came out, and I just looked at it like, yeah, no. I'll be happy in my Honda. I will be happy in my Honda, and my oil changes being under and my oil changes being under $100. I will be happy in that. No, you shitting on no damn Honda, y'all. I miss my Honda. Anyway, the emotional intelligence, the emotional stability of a man is top tier. A man who can connect with his emotions. A man who's going to ask you, are you okay? What's going on? Talk to me. What's the problem? A man who stops everything just to make sure that you're okay. That is top tier. A man who knows his emotions. I'm not saying he has to cry all the time, because yes, we all know men do not like to show their emotions. Men don't like to cry either. But if they do, they feel comfortable enough to do that around you. It doesn't make them a bitch. It doesn't make them pussy. It doesn't make them any of that. It just simply means that They have the comfort. You give them comfort where they don't feel that they are comfortable at. You bring them a sense of peace that they feel that they can do that. Men being able to show their emotions. Ladies, we also have to make it a safe space for men to do that. You can't always want him to be a roughneck son of a You can't. You have to give him the opportunity to lay down on your chest, to lay down on your lap, and just tell you what's going on, how he's feeling, why he's feeling that way. It's okay for them to show their emotions. It's okay for them to tell you that they're not okay. It's okay for them to feel overwhelmed. It's okay for them to feel nervous. It's okay for them to feel like, what's next? And still having a plan, but just nervous about what's to come. It's okay. And us as ladies, we have to give them more of that. We have to give them more of a space to say, okay, what's going on with you? What do you need from me? What can I do to help you? Growth mindset. Are they stagnant? Do they want to take their life anywhere else? Do they want to be anywhere else in life? Are they looking to just stay at this level that they're at right now, which may be good or may be bad? Do they want to level up? What else do they want to bring out of life? Everybody always talks about having a plan A and sticking to the plan A, but I feel like you should have a plan B, C, D, E, and F, just in case A does not work. But those plans also are plans that you honestly want to do, something that you really are passionate about, that you say, you know what, I want to do this also. I see myself doing X, Y, and Z outside of doing that. But putting your all into plan A, just so plan A can work. Because that's the first plan that you really want to do. But what is their mindset? Healthy dating looks like mutual effort, honest conversation. My voice keeps going out. Shared vision, respect for boundaries, and consistency. We all deserve it. We all deserve the healthy relationship that we all can have. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. So here's the truth, y'all. Dating isn't wrong. Loving someone isn't wrong, and wanting compassion isn't wrong. Because we all want it. We all do. Even the toughest of the tough, they all want the love and companionship and the commitment from someone. But wasting your heart is wrong. Settling for confusion is wrong. Ignoring your worth is wrong. Ignoring the red flags is wrong. Settling for what you know is not right is wrong. Not listening to your intuition, not listening to that little voice in the back of your head telling you, yeah, she ain't it, or nope, he ain't it, is wrong. You deserve clarity. You deserve intention. You deserve someone who's building with you, not just benefiting from you. Someone who sees you as their wife, someone who sees you as their husband, not just someone who sees you as a wallet, not just someone who sees you as a good time. You see yourself, how you see yourself is how others will see you. So whether you're single, whether you're dating, healing, or hoping, you got to ask yourself, is this relationship preparing me or postponing me? Are you in the right mindset? Do you need some more time to yourself? Are you looking in the right areas? Are you getting out the house? Are you putting yourself out there? What else is it that you can also bring for yourself? Not just to attract them, because they're going to come when it's the right time. But what else do you need to do for you? Okay? So I love you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys enjoy all the love that's coming your way. Shout out to all the lovers, all the couples, all the single people. Shit, girl, do something for yourself. Galentine's, guys, do something for yourself. I was going to say the word, but it didn't sound right. It didn't sound right. love on yourself this weekend. If you have nobody else to love on you, it's okay. Love on yourself. You're doing a great job. You're doing better than what you were doing last year. You're doing better than what you could have done back in the day. You're doing your best. You are doing your best, your ultimate best. And I thank you guys for listening again. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share this episode. I will check you out on the next episode. Love you guys. Bye.